Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it today. Today I wanted to share a little more news that I pulled off of the VA's website from their Office of Public and Intergovernmental Affairs. This little piece of news came out on February 23rd, so a few days ago. Today is the 27th, so not that long ago. And I think it's interesting because they're definitely moving in the right direction and wanted to share this information. Whether you need it today or not, you might need it in the future, might be nice to have. But mostly for those that are coming behind us, getting ready to file their claims and so forth, some changes that are taking effect that will help us, right? And that's really what the bottom line is. So with that, please hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. And let's roll into it. So again, from the Office of Public and Intergovernmental Affairs, the headline here is, and I'm reading it off my laptop, is veterans can now access their disability benefit decisions online. Now, what exactly does that mean? Because before, what would happen would be we'd be waiting for our decision from the VA. And if we had access to online, especially back when it was really just the e-benefits side of the house, because they're migrating that system over to the va.gov systems. But when it was just e-benefits, we'd be in there every single day clicking and trying to pull up our award letter to see if anything changed or to see where it was at, right? And we were able to tell, if it took effect and we got approved, because if we saw a rating change, right, on our award letter through e-benefits, then we knew it was a positive change and it took effect. Or you're constantly checking your bank account to see if you got any back pay. And usually those two things would happen prior to actually receiving official notification from the VA. So this is interesting to me here. And so let's again, I'll get back into it. All right, so veterans can now access their disability benefit decisions online, February 23rd, 2023. And so again, that was the headline. And it says here, veterans can now access their disability benefit claim decision notice letters electronically on va.gov. So again, you can now access your disability benefit claim decision notice letters electronically on va.gov. Okay, so that's huge. That's the one that you would be waiting for in the mail, in the big brown envelope usually. So let's see. Empowering them to quickly and easily see their disability decisions. Awesome. Good. That's how it should have been. So for those that are, have the wherewithal to be able to go online and, have your va.gov credentials or what have you, right? Your username, password, be able to get in there and see that. That's awesome. That is definitely a step in the right direction. So again, because that's so important, right? So now veterans can access their disability benefits claim decision notice letters electronically on va.gov, empowering them to quickly and easily see their disability decisions. Before this option was available, veterans had to wait for a paper copy of their decision notice to be mailed to them. And again, like I said, this was that time where you're checking your bank account and you're checking your award letter from your different letters that you can print off from the VA's website or e-benefits at the time, that would then say, hey, you're rated at 70%, you're rated at 90%, you're rated at 30%, whatever. And you'd be looking at those different things to try to figure out what was happening. So very, very good. So while previous iterations of va.gov allowed veterans to access benefits summary letters, which is this what I just talked about, they could not access the full copy of these decision notification letters from their electronic claims folder. True, very true. That was the missing piece, that you have to wait for it to show up. And quite frankly, how many of us get those and then they get misplaced, coffee gets spilled on them, whatever, over time. And it'd be nice to be able to have those. I know that I'm somewhat organized, and I've even lost a couple. Now I filed a ton of claims, but I've misplaced some myself. So it'd be nice to have an electronic version that I could just get to online very easily without having to go to somebody else to get it. So that's awesome. Let's see. This service became available to veterans on va.gov on January 17th. So remember that the e-benefits website that we used to function claim stuff in has really migrated a lot to the va.gov. So really anything that you want to do is primarily going to be through va.gov, and eventually it'll fully 100% be there. They kind of did it in a phased approach, but in any case, so these things are on va.gov, and it's been available since January 17th. Since launching, nearly 280,000 decision notice letters have been downloaded. So that's great. A little quote here from the VA secretary. Veterans now have access to their benefits decisions anytime, any place, right at their fingertips. That's great. I hope they're still mailing the hard copies, though, because some people don't have, either they don't have computers, not everybody has a computer, and not everybody can function a computer for whatever reason, right? So I hope the hard copy ones are still going out as well. VA disability benefits can also open the door to other federal and state benefits. So quick and easy access to a decision means quicker access to additional benefits veterans deserve. Okay, and the time frame here is probably a good couple weeks, I would think. 7 to 10 day kind of time frame of accessibility, right? So being able to get immediate access online via waiting for versus actually waiting for the mail, right? So to do this through the va.gov website immediately shaves off 7 to 10 days, which is great. The new electronic option is also expected to reduce calls to the national call centers, freeing up call center respondents to answer other questions and requests from veterans and their families. To access their decision letters, veterans can log on to va.gov and check the status of their claim. For more details, visit VA News. Okay, so all that's here, and I'll put that in the description and the comments because the links kind of suck there in the description. But definitely wanted to share that. That's a really nice thing that has happened, because having that access immediately is something that we always wanted, right? Was, I wish I could see it. I wish I could see it. What's it say? Sometimes you'll get cryptic messages from even your VSOs. The VSOs are not supposed to share with you verbatim the information that's on there until a period of time has passed that was long enough to where you would have received it by mail. So in other words, if a VSO gets access to your letter because they have remote accessibility into the VA's system, and you came to them on day one and that notice came out on day one, they can't really go too deep into it other than, hey, it looks like they made a decision and you should be getting something in the mail. They're supposed to allow enough time to pass reasonably for you to receive it in the mail, and then if not, then they can go ahead and print it out or what have you. So if you came 10 days later on day 10 and said, hey, I hadn't received anything, that's a reasonable amount of time, and then your VSO could then share that information with you. So in any case, thought I'd share that. I came across it, thought it was great information. I'm happy to see it, and want to know how it works. So hey, with that, thanks for everything. I appreciate you, and remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.